there, welcome, come on in. You guys enjoy your boat ride? Awesome. Anywhere you like up here is good.
Thank you.
Be careful with the fifth row, I lost the spider.
I don't know. I ain't trying to find out though. That's what Israel.
Last one in has to touch the alligator. Yeah, just don't lean over the fence there. If you don't mind, just grab a seat for me. Otherwise, he'll get up and walk away. Then I gotta go get him again. Well, come on in, guys. The children, we're gonna do something while we're on it. You can grab a seat to the right. Just make sure you don't lean over the fence when you come in. Oh my goodness. Started in my bathtub, he was 6 inches. He still lives in my backyard today. They grow 1 foot per year until my size. 6 feet is when it will slow down. They'll add some weight, get larger. They'll live like 50, 60 years. The biggest on record was 19 feet 2 inches. 19 feet 2 inches is that line there to the edge of the wood. Biggest alligator ever. Caught him in Louisiana. Big alligators there. They caught him in 1890. Not sure how they measured things back then. Yeah, Florida's 15 feet. That's a big alligator still. About 1,000 pounds. Watch how fast he can run. You don't have to outrun the alligator, just the gentleman next to you. Hey. Look at those two. That's why you sat by the edge, right? Yeah. You can run out. Don't run unless I run. If I run, you probably should run too. So stripes on the body they hatch with faded. Did you see babies today by any chance? So, they're very colorful. You know, stripes and spots are prevalent in the wild. Some stay, zebra, tiger, leopard, and cheetah. Some disappear. Florida panther, white-tailed deer, alligator. So dark on his back, but you notice how his belly is light? Well camouflaged. He's in that dark water. Something looks down, he's going to blend in. But something below looking up, he'll blend into the bright sky. If you look at like a shark, dolphin, or bird, you'll see a very similar pattern.
How do you know you?
Gatorade.
Yeah.
That's where Gatorade comes from, kids. It's good luck, too. You have no idea. It's just the lemon lime version. So, again, a lot of things eat him. I appreciate you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Big alligators sometimes eat small alligators. The American river otter, top dog in the Everglades, runs through alligators bigger than this. Great blue herons eat more alligators than any other animal in the Everglades. This time of year, they find hatchlings. They'll eat a dozen in one sitting. It's like chicken tenders. Top of the head, you can see nose, eyes, and ears. So they're in the water. They stick the top of the head. They can smell, see, and hear everything going on. Smells a dead animal about a mile. You can see the ear flap that moves. They can hear fish jump in the water 100 yards away. That can tell the difference between me and a dog walking. They feel vibrations. They blink like we do. You see his eyes? Goggles. I started playing with his face while he was moving. So look at the goggles. If he got bit in the head, his eyes sink into his skull. Built to last. Like a Chevy. Thank you. Tell you what, it's been a tough crowd today, man. Awesome. Small brain, big mouth, bad combination. Simple purpose is balanced nature. Is not here to figure out a math problem. They eat, sleep, and make babies. That's it. It's a genius, really. 80 teeth. You can see the teeth are small with his mouth closed. Only the top teeth are visible. 40 on top, 40 on bottom. They lose them often. When they lose one, it grows back. They lose it again, it'll grow back again. Every tooth can be replaced about 50 times. Can you see that right there? So they can go through realistically about 4,000 teeth in their lifetime. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Smile. It's a Florida smile right there. Today, 4 million alligators in the southeastern U.S. Up from 60,000 in the 1960s, the American alligators made an incredible comeback. The thing about the Everglades region, it's more of a subtropical climate. We border the tropics. We are in one of the most unique ecosystems on the planet. Yeah, she's different. It's a crocodile. Tessie is her name. Just don't get too close. She'll fly right out of my hand and end up on this gentleman's lap. So, as long as you're not wearing red, you should be okay. They're attracted to red. It's their favorite color. You look like you got I'm just playing. Or am I? Yeah. So alligator and crocodile have a lot of differences. First of all, the only place on the planet both exist is the Everglades. Just not together. If they're together, they're in direct competition with each other. In the wild, these guys rarely interact, but these two grew up in my bathtub. They still live together in my backyard. I'm an educator, so I take animals, schools, libraries, summer camps. The more we learn, certainly the more we care. They're best friends, but they're also babies. And at my size, 6 feet, they're adults. Things change. Yeah, there's no such thing as a crocodile, by the way. But the mentality of that compared to that is the difference between day and night. Alligator is dangerous. Crocodile is much more dangerous. Bigger, stronger, faster, and smarter. Unfortunately, only 2,000 here. They're limited by range. They're tropical, and they also live on our quiet beaches in Florida. No quiet beaches here. Bigger, stronger, faster, and smarter. See the pores in her tongue right here? Those are salt glands. Alligators are salt sensitive. Crocodiles are not. Pineapple? No, we said pineapple? I think so too. I don't know what you're looking at. Where's the pineapple? See the pores? Salt glands.
Is there an emotional attachment from them to you since you raised them?
Does she like me?
I mean, well,
She knows me.
okay.
Does she like me? Probably not. Not too many people do. So, an emotional attachment, not really. There's an exception to everything. There are some that are sweet, but she knows that I'm not hurting her. Right? That doesn't mean she doesn't bite. Right? Let's keep that in mind. They've come to learn that, and I've had her since she hatched. She almost flew right out of my hand. So, anyway, the thing about crocodiles is that they can swim in the ocean. 2 species actually live in brackish and saltwater full time. Indo-Pacific and American crocodile, they range tropic to tropic. So northern Australia to Southeast Asia, South Florida to Peru. Crocodiles in the ocean right now. American crocodile from here to Peru, maybe 70,000. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. Crocodiles along the coast, they're on islands, coast of Cuba, Jamaica, Mexico, Costa Rica, Venezuela.
So they can be like, in clear water. Like they don't have to be like in swamp.
Yeah, well, the American crocodile lives basically brackish and saltwater, but most crocodiles live freshwater. It's a very deceiving term when you hear the word saltwater croc, because I've had saltwater crocodiles over 25 years. I've never in my life had a saltwater tank. Call them what you want. They have to drink fresh water. So if they're in the ocean, they get rained on, they got water. On the coast, there's canals. Most crocodiles are freshwater. Big crocodiles eat big salty animals. Big and salty. Yeah. Don't swim in the Nile River. Crocodiles digest it all. That is not built like that. Right? Alligator is dangerous. Crocodile's on a different level. I mean, they're swimming in the ocean. It's crazy to think that they're out there.
I got a question. How long does it take for a baby alligator's teeth to grow?
It might take about a month, maybe 2. Now, they hatch with all of them. They don't come out like you don't have teeth when you were born. Alligators do. And then they break, and then they come back. And then they break, and then they come back. It's pretty cool. But anyway, you can watch on your phone crocodile and shark feeding on a whale carcass in the middle of the ocean. You can watch crocodiles eat bull sharks here in the bay. The bull shark is one of the most dangerous out there. Croc grabs a shark and puts him on land. It's not even fair. Sharks eat crocodiles too. You know what they call it if you float in the ocean? Bait.
What's that big one behind you?
What do you mean?
The big
I don't understand what your question is. What's the big gator behind me?
Yeah.
You just answered.
You just answered it. It's a big gator.
No, what type though?
Yeah, it's an American alligator. The other alligator you probably wouldn't see. It's a Chinese alligator. I'm not kidding. It's really it sounded funny, but it's really a Chinese alligator. Yeah, he only gets like 5 or 6 feet, and that sounds funny too. I know, but it's, all right, you guys have me sounding horrible right now. It's one of the rarest animals in the world. But the alligators you see out here are all American alligators. If you see it in the ocean here, it's a crocodile. That runs away from you, crocodile runs after you. That's how you can tell. It's pretty easy that way. But anyway, alligator is dangerous. We're not here to fight them because they're already dangerous. I'm not trying to make them angry. This is Charlie. Male alligator, alpha male, does what he wants when he wants. He'll grow his entire life. The female alligator stops growing at about 9 feet. Dangerous, yes, that doesn't hunt big salty things. First of all, hunting, the alligators are so lazy, they don't even like to hunt out here. These guys will hunt fish in culverts. If there's an abundance of things, they'll get it if it's easy for them. I've seen them catch apple snails out here. So exciting.
So it makes that noise like the
The sister
alligator
noise.
make that noise, like the rattle noise.
So he just said, I love you. Alligators are very vocal, more so than any other crocodilian. That's, if you walk up on any alligator, usually they make that noise. That's normal, you know, you touch them, they make that noise. They sound like grumpy old men. So the thing is that he knows I'm not here to have a fight with him, so he's not in a defensive mood. So he's not trying to eat me for dinner, I'm not worried about him. He bites. Everything bites, my friends, okay? It's a very bold, confident animal, does what he wants when he wants. That one over there in the corner, she's a feisty one. I've known her longer than the rest of the alligators. She is feisty. I have a sweet one. I have a shy one. I have one that's angry all the time. You guys have any friends like that? If not, you're probably the angry one. There's always somebody pointing at the other. Yeah. So the sweetest alligator here bites, and I'm sure some of you are very sweet also, and probably woke up one day in a bad mood and expressed with your mouth how you feel. So that's the thing. These guys right here, they're well behaved. That crocodile knows me too. She hasn't bit me, but the alligator certainly has because he's a little bit of a, well, I'm not going to say what he is. These guys right here will communicate with their mouth. He hissed. If he growls, he's done with you. You don't have to be Dr. Doolittle to understand what he just said. These bones on the back are solar panels built in. Cold-blooded reptiles, so lays in the sun to warm up. This time of year, alligators, nobody needs to lay in the sun to warm up because by the time it's 10 a.m., it's 90 degrees. They want to be warm like us, not warmer. They can also sustain freezing temperatures. Look on your phone, you'll see them frozen in lakes throughout the southeastern U.S. They shut down, they go into what's called brumation. It's hibernation for reptiles. 86 digest, warm like us, they want to maintain. So I touched his nose, he opened his mouth, that's a warning. That's really for you, not about me. But if you drove down the road and you saw him just sitting there just like that, only his tongue was kind of drooped down a little bit, they're releasing the heat from their body. It's thermal regulation. We sweat, dogs pant. Tail swims until they get angry with you. They hit you with that tail. That tail could break bones. And see your camera? You like? No, I don't know snap face. Just regular camera.
Snap face.
All right. I'm just going to do a video, okay? If I was walking down the road and I needed to borrow your phone, would you have given it to me? Tables have turned, haven't they? Right? Don't worry, this only takes 2 days. Watch how they digest the food. So what you'll notice about these guys right there, throat is closed. You can see the tongue in there is pretty pronounced. Some of the teeth are bigger than others. Basically built for catching slippery fish and turtles. Sorry about that. The sun makes me a little delirious. They go underwater and throat closed, catch a fish. Head above the water, open the back of the throat, swallow the food. It's not chewing, it's crushing a small animal. Again, tail swims. They get angry, they hit you with it. That one will break bones. That one hits all the time with the tail. Nasty little thing.
So how old is the big one?
20 maybe? Maybe. I've only known him a couple of years. So.
Has she always been in captivity or no?
Any alligator you see in captivity is pretty much from there. And the ones in the wild stay there. So yeah, so these guys will just go from farm to farm. And the only reason, by the way, the only reason you can see an alligator today are from farming. You know, we wiped them out, 60,000, there's 4 million because we farm them now. You could eat it legally, not from the wild, well, unless you have a license. But they did 8,000 permits last year in Florida. That's 16,000 alligators hunted. I can't tell you how many are destroyed because people feed them. If you feed a wild alligator, he gets hungry, he goes back to your house, they'll remove and destroy the animal. Thousands are destroyed. Feeding wild animals out here does not help them. It makes them lazy. Yeah, it's the worst thing you can do. Look at her looking at you. How many alligators have you fed so far? Look at that. She just busted you. I told you not to do that. It's all right. It's the butterfly effect. The things you do affects others. 10 miles an hour he can run. He's going to run basically to the water. Some crocodiles hit 20 miles an hour. Walk into the enclosure of Cuban crocodiles, you're going to see what velociraptors are like. The alligator is the laziest of them all. You got chased by an alligator, you're not paying attention to what's going on. That's only chasing you if you walk too close to mama with eggs in her nest. If she's got babies, she'll give you some leeway because they can get away. There in the nest, she's the protector. She'll warn you. You don't pay attention, she'll come at you. You can't avoid it. Although if you grew up in Florida, they'll tell you to run zigzag to avoid it. Anybody ever heard that before?
Yeah.
Do that work?
You guys live here, huh? That's why you heard that. Yeah. Have you ever met anybody that got chased that ran zigzag? Me neither. They don't exist. Welcome to Florida. The sun shines bright here, my friends. They tell us it confuses the alligator. It's just going to confuse you. You know what I mean? Pay attention to your surroundings.
For a crocodile, where are you supposed to do if you see one in the wild?
Run.
I would just pay attention to it. If an alligator and a crocodile do not hunt prey when the prey is looking at it. They hunt by ambush. If you see an alligator in a lake and you're in your backyard and he's swimming toward you, he's not trying to hunt you. He thinks you have a piece of chicken for him. That's what the difference is right there. They hunt, you'll never see it coming. The best way to avoid anything out here is to pay attention to your surroundings. Not today. Many times, by many things. So, yeah, paying attention, that'll save you. Remember, the animal has explosive limited energy, so when they go after something, if they miss, they gotta recharge. We know cheetahs run 70 miles an hour. We all got Discovery Channel. What they don't show you is that when a cheetah runs 70 miles an hour, they miss their prey 4 out of 5 times. It's 4 hours to recover every time they hit 70 miles an hour. 4 hours. That goes after something and misses, it has to go out there and recharge its battery for the next few hours. To go after something paying attention is a complete waste of energy. That hasn't been here for 150 million years by chasing random things. Pay attention. This will survive. This will just help you. A lot of things. Any other questions? Applause for the alligators. If you haven't seen enough alligators, we have more in the back. You can just exit right this way. Yes?
How come you're not messing with that?
Right over there. Right over there. Right over there. Right there. Now what do you want me to do with her? She is feisty though, that's for sure.
You kept saying that. I wanted to see how feisty.
So yeah, she's not the mean one either. She's bit me more than any alligator here though. We got a good relationship. But you see her eye location? If you look at most predators, the eyes are here. Depth perception and precision. Most prey animals have eyes here. What's coming after me? Predator, eyes like a prey animal. That animal has great peripheral vision. As she walks away from me, you're gonna watch her watch me. She'll watch me the whole time. She's kind of creepy, so she's gonna sit there and just watch me. Creeper. Did you just see her ear flap move? Did you happen to notice that? She moves them on her own. She just flapped. She just moved. Pretty cool. But the eye location, like she's looking at me right now. You can't sneak up on her. She cannot see anything underneath her body. But basically, you're not sneaking up on them. I don't even know what else we were talking about with them. You asked me why I didn't mess with her. The mean one over there, well, I tell you what, mean. But that one bites.
So if she bites you, what do you just mind okay?
Every situation is different. I've been in situations where they hold you, and they're usually pretty mad at you at that point. So back when I would have to catch or do alligator shows, where back in the day, where we're showing like culture of the natives, is a little different. If she bites me now, it's more out of an irritation, get out of my way, so she'd probably let me go right away. I mean, the feeling would be just slam your hand in the sliding glass door. It'll open. Damage is done. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
I've been bit in here many times by her, and not one person ever knows happened. I'm good at hiding things. The sand will destroy, stop the blood real quick. Anyway, any questions? Any more? Applause for the alligators.